Welcome, boys and girls. Can anyone tell me what instrument this is? Right, it's a compass. And what does the compass tell us? Right, it points us in the direction of north. Well, what if I was walking in the woods and I didn't have a compass with me? How would I find my way? Especially if it was nighttime. Any ideas? Let me give you a hint. The North Star. Has anyone heard of the North Star before? You might know it as Polaris. Well, the North Star, or Polaris, has helped guide people for thousands of years to true north. What's true north? Well, if you were to stand at the top of the North Pole and look directly above you, you would find the North Star right there. The North Star is always located there, true north. Well, is it easy to find the North Star in the sky? Not as easy as you think. It's not the brightest star in the sky. It's really of just average brightness. Today, I'm going to talk about a way that can help you find the North Star among all those other stars in the night sky. We're going to need the help of the Big Dipper. Has anyone heard of the Big Dipper before? Well, what is the dipper anyway? Kind of like a long-handled spoon, like this. The cup part holds the liquid, and you have a long handle here. This is what the dipper would look like if it were made in stars. There's 4 stars in the cup of the dipper. And 3 stars in the handle. There. You see the dipper shape here? The Big Dipper is part of a larger constellation or group of stars called Ursa Major, also known as the Big Bear, like you see down here. The handle of the Big Dipper is right here in the tail of the bear, and here are the 4 cup stars. The Big Dipper is an easy thing to find because of its shape and because the stars in the dipper are pretty bright stars. Now, the key to finding the North Star from here is locating the pointer stars. The pointer stars of the Big Dipper are these 2 stars on the end of the cup. Right here and here. Once we have those pointer stars, we're going to draw an imaginary line through them, like this. And eventually we're going to hit a star that's the brightest star in that area. That star is going to be Polaris, or the North Star. Polaris also marks the end of the handle of the Little Dipper, which is just like the Big Dipper, but a little bit smaller and harder to see because the stars are dimmer. So again, once we find the shape of the Big Dipper, look for the 2 end stars, the pointer stars. Draw an imaginary line through them until you get to the brightest star in the area, Polaris, the North Star. Pretty easy to find, right? Well, not so fast. Sometimes the Big Dipper is in different positions in the sky. Sometimes it's on its side like it's tipping out water, or even upside down like this. Other times of the year you'll find it on its handle, standing up straight like this. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me where Polaris is in this picture? Right, Polaris is right here in the center. Now watch as I spin this circle. Notice what Polaris is doing here. You're right. Polaris isn't moving at all. It's staying right in the center, while the Big Dipper rotates around it. Imagine yourself back up at the North Pole looking up. Polaris is right there at that northern axis. Don't forget the Earth rotates, So all those stars are spinning around it. That's why we see the Big Dipper appearing to spin like that. Let's take a closer look at this poster over here. Here is our vision of the night sky. Say we're down here looking northward. In the nice summer months like we have now, we would find the Big Dipper tilted on its side like this, still pointing towards Polaris with those pointer stars. As we move towards the fall, you would see the Big Dipper like this in the evening sky, upright like we first learned it. As we move towards the winter months, December, January, and February, the Big Dipper's handle will be hanging down like an icicle. As we move into spring, the Dipper is facing down, upside down, like it's dumping out its water out of its cup. No matter the position that we see the Big Dipper in, just remember, look for the shape of the Dipper, find those pointer stars, and they will always point you in the direction of Polaris. Do you think you could find North Star? Let's quiz ourselves. Raise your hand if you can tell me the set of stars that help us find Polaris. Right, the Big Dipper. Right here. Now tell me this. Is the Big Dipper always in the same position in the sky? No, it's not. Like we learned, different times of the year, it's in different positions. Lastly, where are the pointer stars of the Big Dipper? Right. They're right here on the end of the cup. And once we know where those pointer stars are, how do we find the North Star? Right. We draw an imaginary line through them that directs us right to Polaris every time, no matter the position of the Big Dipper. Great, excellent work, you guys. Now, tonight's homework assignment. Go outside, look up in the night sky, and see if you can find the Big Dipper. Remember, since we live in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's the summer months, the Big Dipper will be tilted on its side like this. Once you find the Big Dipper, remember, find the pointer stars, draw the imaginary line, and look for Polaris, the brightest star in that area. Does anybody have any more questions? Okay. Well, happy stargazing. Thanks.